Don't tell them?
Yeah, we met at the dance hall in Harlem, and I thought he was a kid from Logan that used to come over and visit us, and he had his back turned to me, and I walked up, and when he turned around, it wasn't him, and I turned around and run in the bath in the restroom, and finally I come out, and then he come over and asked me for a dance. And
that's almost right. I was with 3 or 4 other boys out standing there on the sideline like chatting, and she come running up there. She knew I wasn't her boyfriend.
I did not.
But she wanted to meet me, so she came up and acted like it was a mistake and ran. And so I thought, well, man, that girl after me, I better get her. So after she came out of the restroom, I asked her for a dance. And did I take you home that first night? Probably. Anyway, that's how we met, was at the dance floor.
We've been dancing ever since for 74 years.
Yeah, that's your side. What about I remember standing out there by the cake with you and I taking a picture, but how did we get to that point? Who bought? Oh, we went and bought that cake over to Logan, didn't we?
Yeah, and on the way over there, we passed on a place.
The bridge between Hiram and Providence over there was only a 1-car pass. So you had to wait on one side till the other guy come through. And we didn't wait, we went through together. And
we was in a hurry.
We was all shook up.
We went over to get some flowers.
Flowers?
Because Sister Nilsson down in Harlem baked our cake.
Oh.
So we had gone over to get some flowers for the wedding.
So what did we do after we had the cake and was up to your house? Did people come to see us or what?
Yeah, I had my trousseau tea upstairs, so everybody had to climb a flight of steps and go up to see what I had, which was very little. But
that's what it was, a trousseau tea, and not the wedding. But
so what was a trousseau tea?
Where you showed all your
what
stuff.
You had saved up to get married.
Yeah.
Clothes or bedding or whatever you happened to have, gifts.
So did people bring you gifts like a reception now?
Only it was smaller, real small.
So what about the ceremony? Where did you get married?
We got married in the Logan Temple. No, we got married in Salt Lake Temple because the Logan Temple was closed for repair. So we had to go down to Salt Lake Temple to get married. And Joyce was supposed to meet us at that Park and Drive, and she didn't show up. So we had to go clear down to Mendon and get her and be back to the temple to get married. Of course, you didn't have appointments then. You could just go in and get married.
Yeah, she's supposed to meet us in Wellsville, and she slipped in. We had to go down to Mendon to pick her up. But we still had plenty of time to get to Salt Lake.
Yeah, because you didn't have an appointment to get married. You just went and got married.
So did you have a honeymoon?
Oh yeah, that was I think that was probably on a Friday. We had
Saturday.
Friday night we came back as far as Ogden and got a room. And then
yeah, we were staying in a hotel. You had a patio. We looked out the patio, and Santa Claus flew in and was greeting the kids, and so we got to see Santa Claus the night of our wedding.
We stayed in Salt Lake the first night?
First night.
Oh, did we? Yeah, that's right.
And then we went to Walgreens and ate something to eat. He's a cheapskate.
I wanted to stay another night, but Mom wouldn't miss the dance in Hiram. No way. We got to be home Saturday. So we got up and came home for the dance.
No, you went out. We stayed.
No, we didn't. We came home. Because we came home and went to the dance. Remember? Anyway, we stayed at your house.
Yeah, Mom and Daddy was in Ogden, in
It was
California.
in California, and so her house was empty, so we had their house for a few days. Then after about a week of that, we rented a little house down on the north end of Hiram.
And was it a mess?
And it, of course, had a toilet out behind. Really modern. Nice little place. It was actually a granary, I think. They'd put some wallpaper on it or something.
You had to go upstairs to the bedroom, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
So you lived in a barn.
Yeah, more or less.
More or less a barn. My oldest girl, Shirley, and I had her on my birthday on Halloween. And she was our first kid. And so we had 2 witches in the family then.
But she was great. We was proud of her. She was cute little girl.
And then Becky was born 2 years later. So we dressed them alike. And Becky had curly hair and Shirley had straight.
One time when Becky was about 3,
2 or 3.
Shirley maybe 5, we left them with a babysitter and went somewhere, and then to go somewhere for the evening, and we'd forgot something and went back to the house. And Becky was standing on top of the piano.
Boy, she got off there quick.
Mm.
So she was a turd?
Oh, she was a
Character.
She was a character.
Wasn't there a story about one of them? I can't remember who it was, but one of them, or someone, when you went out like that, tipped over your Christmas tree or something. What was that story? Can you remember?
Yeah, that was Kelly. Tipped over the Christmas tree, and then they put it back together, and I walked in and I thought, boy, I thought our Christmas tree was decorated pretty. But it wasn't.
I don't remember that. Where were we living?
On Walnut.
On Walnut.
And then one time Becky was standing there looking at, well, I bathed Kelly, and he peed and landed right on her toast.
What about Donnie when Donnie was born?
It's long ago, I'd almost forgot Donnie. He's been dead for years. He married Cindy, and then he'd been sick, and one of his friends took him up to Twin, and she drove the truck because when he got done seeing the doctor, they were going to go on a trip up through Montana and that. And he never made it out of the hospital. He died up in Twin Falls at the hospital of cancer. And
he died in Boise.
Huh?
He died in Boise.
Yeah, Boise.
But what about when he was a kid? Was he a good kid?
Yeah, he was a good kid compared to that one over there.
He was a fun little boy, yeah.
I didn't think Kelly would ever grow up, but he finally grew up and become a man. I think after Donnie died, he had to be, because he had to take Donnie's place.
I was born. The heavens were opened and you received your star, child.
Little Miss Prince.
It was kind of a surprise. A good one.
Was not.
A good one.
She was
She
not.
wasn't she?
No, you insisted we have another baby.
Oh,
Remember?
no.
And I thought, no, we've got enough. So you thank your mom for being here.
And I'm sure glad. See, we couldn't have done without her. Loving each other.
Well, that's true. You're always in love. You still think the world of your partners, and that's the main thing, because you certainly don't agree all the time, but with what you do, but you still love the person. As far as I'm concerned, what's been your drawback?
I love you like I used to love you before I learned to love you like I love you now. You didn't think I could remember that, did you? Yeah, we've been married 74 years. So that's quite a long time to love each other.
Don't listen to the divorce bullshit. Fix your marriage instead. It might seem like it's a little harder, but going the divorce route's no fun, I'll bet.
It isn't fair to the kids either that you have. One takes them 1 week and another takes them another week, and that's no good.
Well, we already talked about the ones in Hiram. We lived in that one that was barely a house with an outside toilet.
We lived in Mama's and Daddy's for a while.
And then when we moved to Twin, there was really a housing shortage because the war was just ending, and they hadn't allowed people to build any houses for about 3 or 4 years. Everything had to go to the war efforts, and there was really a shortage on housing, and we lived in some of the dumbest apartments. Of course, you only paid $35, $40 a month rent too, but
Well, the one didn't even have a bathroom in it.
I know.
We had to go out to the privy.
Yeah, that one. And the guy had just bought that house and moved it on that foundation, and we rented it before he really got finished putting it together, didn't we? But we talked him into letting us have it.
And then our friends come up to see us, and Merle and Eugene, and we only had 1 bedroom. So we all 4 slept in 1 bedroom, and we slept this way instead of this way. Daddy built this house. And this part was the garage. And when the kids all come home, we decided we didn't have room. So we took this much out of the garage and finished it for a TV room. And this is the best house we've had, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Well, the one that we had the best luck with in Twin Falls was a 3-bedroom with a full basement with a double garage on it. I don't know where we got the first plan, but we built that house several times. But I wasn't capable of building a house. I had to hire most of it done, and I just kind of supervised and done this, picked up the tools after them and stuff.
And how many houses did we paint?
Yeah, we painted probably 5 or 6 in Twin.
Man.
Complete houses, maybe more than that. And then we also wound up taking some houses in on a new one and have to paint it to get rid of it in Twin.
I thought I was going to die with the paintbrush in my
We
hand.
were pretty good painters after a while.
Yeah, we was.
Well, I would sell them for around 22,000, and they got as high as up to 26,000. But I'm not sure what my cost would have been at that time. I probably made a couple $1,000s a house or something, just enough to kind of be wages. But they sold pretty cheap.
Love the one you marry.
Gee, that's a tough one.
You still love me, don't you?
Hmm?
You still love me, don't you?
Yeah, but how did we get there?
We kept loving each other.
I don't know. I just say work hard. No matter what you do, whether it's on a office desk or out in the field, just work hard. Well, the only way I can really sum it up to one thing, and that would be the church. Mormonism and that lifestyle's the only way to go right now. And I don't know of any other way to live that's any better. But I don't mean you have to be a Mormon, but live that kind of a lifestyle. Work hard. Eat healthy.
And love each other.
Stay away from drugs. I don't know, you're just around the people, and the way to live just comes naturally. It's not something you have to rehearse or learn how to do. It's just part of you. And so you try to raise your family the same way. And I think it works. Sing a song?
Yeah.
Used to live in Chicago, but I don't live anymore.
That's one of the things that's disgusting to me is I've got an accordion sitting in there that I used to play, and I don't even pick it up. And then I have picked it up, and then I can't think of anything to play. And music was a big part of my life, a real big part.
Well, your accordion got stolen.
Yeah.
This is Donnie's.
Some of them are pretty nasty. I used to live in Chicago, but I don't live there anymore. I used to work in Chicago in a great big department store. A lady came in for some ice cream. I asked her what kind she adored. Juicy, she said. So juicy I did. I did, but I don't anymore. But that goes on if you can remember the little things that make it funny, but I can't remember them. You load 16 tons and what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company stove. I was born one morning when the sun didn't shine. I picked up my shovel and I went to the mine. I loaded 16 tons and what do I get? And what it was, the straw boss said, well, bless my soul, you load 16 tons and what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company stove.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine.
The other night, dear, while I lay sleeping, I dreamed I held you in my arms. When I awoke, dear, I was mistaken, and I hung my head and cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Away.